What's up guys and welcome back to our realistic career mode with Nottingham Forest. This is episode number 6 and we're coming off the back of a decent episode 5. Back-to-back wins against Crystal Palace at home and Southampton away, teams that are in and around our area, which is the bottom half of the league. As we've said from episode 1, if we can pick up points against the bigger teams, that is a bonus, but our priority number 1 is picking up points against the teams around us, and we certainly did that in the last episode. 2 impressive wins which keep us in about the 12th, 13th position mark as we head into today's episode. And the first game will be a cup tie on the South Coast away to Brighton. You would have seen as well, we're in the process of converting Ryan Yates to a centre-back. I just feel like his abilities will suit better in our back three. So once when we have Worrell back from injury and Yates in the back line, I think those two will work well with Niakate, and that frees up that midfield position. Maybe we'll recruit someone in the January transfer window, but for now we're heading to the South Coast. It's the Amex, it's Brighton away in the Cup, and as you would have seen, we made 11 changes. Brighton are pretty much the same lineup. We've spoken about this before, and it's frustrating that the AI or the game doesn't recognise more that it's a cup game and there should be rotation. But at the very, very least, change your goalkeeper, which is pretty much what every club does, especially the top tier teams. We made 11 changes. Hennessy's in goal, whereas obviously Henderson is our strongest goalie. And Brighton pretty much playing their strongest 11, and it would show an early 2-0 lead. Their captain Odejayi Ofo making it 1, and then Della Vega making it 2. Those were the two scorers that scored at the City Ground when we drew 2-2 with Brighton. You would have remembered that game. We had a 2-0 lead, Brennan Johnson scoring twice, but the Seagulls brought it back to 2-0. Brighton would make it 3 through Raul Jimenez, the Mexican striker, getting on the score sheet. Would make it 3-1. 5 minutes before half-time, Mangala's first goal for the club. He might fill that position that Ryan Yates has left vacant in the midfield once he goes into centre-back. He made it 3-1, and we made some changes at half-time. Went to a 4-2-2 formation. Gibbs, White, and Awoniyi on, and to see if we can get anything from this game. And we would make it 3-2 through Emmanuel Dennis, his 4th goal in the competition. He scored a hat-trick against Bolton in the first round we were entered, and then he's got a goal now, and it would be 3-2. And so the onslaught begins onto Sanchez and his goal, and Emmanuel Dennis would get his 2nd goal of the game, his 5th of the competition, and we're tied at 3-3. What a comeback from the boys. 3-0 down. It is now 3-3 at the Amex on the South Coast. And I just want to talk about Brighton for a sec, because I actually had a season ticket at the Amex back in the 2013-14 season it was, when Brighton were in the Championship, and I must say that the atmosphere of the stadium is incredible. I saw a lot of late drama in the Championship, a lot of late winners, and it was always rocking down there. Brighton at the time had never been in the top flight. A few years later, Chris Hughton took them to the promised land, and they never looked back. Last season they achieved their first top 10 finish under Graham Potter, who has now gone to Chelsea. They lost a couple of their best players, and they're still improving, and they look like they could achieve a European spot this season, which would be incredible. European football at the Amex would be a sight to see. I'd be happy for one. But yeah, Brighton, I have got a soft spot for them, but after we brought it back to 3-3, I thought, okay, let's just settle down now, see what we can do in this game. But yeah, I don't know, Hennessy in goal just didn't do himself any favours, and Brighton would retake the lead 4-3 through Raul Jimenez, and then he would make it 5-3 and score his hat-trick. The 4th goal that gave them the lead, from distance with his weak foot, I thought Hennessy could have done better, but it wasn't to be. Jimenez would get a couple more goals and would seal the victory 6-3. Awoniyi with a late chance in the 88th minute to make it 5-4. It was saved. Brian go down the other end and score their 6th. And if you put up 6 goals, you aren't getting anything from a game. And even though we had that little comeback throughout the game, they were just too clinical for us. The Mexican Raul Jimenez is a potent striker, and to score 4 goals in a game is impressive enough. So that's where our Carabao Cup journey ends. In the last 16, not too bad, but obviously would have liked to have gone a little bit further. You would have seen as well, we got offered the Iceland job. We're only about 3 or 4 months into our managerial career, and we're already getting international offers. I don't think that's very realistic, so I rejected it. My focus is on Nottingham Forest. Going into our next game, and it doesn't get much easier hosting the English champions Manchester City. Pep Guardiola and his men come to the City ground. They currently sit 5th in the league, 5 wins, 2 draws, 2 defeats, so we always knew this was going to be a tough game. We went back to our recognised starting 11, and City would start the game in perfect fashion. It was not the way we wanted to start the game. KDB converting quite easily, actually. Henderson didn't really make an effort to make the save there, and KDB would give City the early lead. Henderson, obviously the goalkeeper on loan from Manchester United, a rival of Manchester City, he then would go on to make 3 or 4 big saves in the first half to keep it at 1 before Erling Haaland, that man there, would make it 2-0. And I just want to ask quickly, City have been a little bit inconsistent this season. It's weird. If you look at their team on paper, they should be flying away with anything, with any competition they're playing. And Haaland, he's already got 25 league goals, which is higher than the Golden Boot winners last season. I think it was shared between Salah and Son. He's already got 4 goals more than that in about 15 less games. He obviously brings goals, but has he improved City or has he hindered them? Let me know in the comments. Have they changed the way they play to adapt around him? City are known for passing the ball around and scoring these beautiful, lovely team goals. And now with Haaland, they have to go a little bit more direct. And is it hindering them, having the Norwegian in the team? Let me know what you think in the comments. Going back to the game, we would make it 2-1. Awoniyi with a fantastic shot. Our top scorer for the season. He's been absolutely clinical. And I'm actually kind of worried about holding on to him. I feel like clubs might come in for him. In January, we probably won't let him go. But maybe in the summer, if a big club comes in from this, is realistic career mode, and if a bigger club comes in for him and he wants to go, then we'll have to let him. And Gibbs White would have had you would have seen Gibbs White had an amazing chance to make it 2-2 just a few minutes after Awoniyi's goal, but it was great. It was well saved by Ortega in the City net. In the 81st minute, they subbed off De Bruyne and Haaland, which I just thought was a nice moment for us. Newly promoted Nottingham Forest playing the giants of Manchester City, and they subbed off their 2 best players because the last 15 minutes was an absolute onslaught from us, and the crowd got behind us. I felt like it was a good push in a game that we weren't expected to win any sort of points. We definitely earned some respect and we played well, like I said at the start of the episode, and like I say most episodes, these games are not the games that are vital for us. If we get points from them, it's a bonus, but the points need to come from the teams around us. But we gave a good account of ourselves. We could have maybe equalised late on. Awoniyi had a late chance as well. But overall, quite proud of the performance and the response after half-time and after being battered. You'll see as well in our mailbox, the club aren't happy. They don't think we're meeting our brand exposure terms. They want us to keep 3 consecutive away clean sheets, which is going to be tough considering we haven't kept 1 clean sheet all season. So we'll have to improve on that. And they want us to sign 2 North American-based players. So maybe in January we'll have to look at that as well. Oscar Greenwood, we promoted from the youth academy and we've put on the loan list. We want to see him go out and get some minutes. Ryan Yates come to us and said that the club and the team aren't really happy. Feel like we're not trying to achieve our goals at the moment. We actually, coincidentally, offer Ryan Yates a new contract. There was nothing to do with that. It wasn't to shut him up or anything. We looked at the players whose contracts were running out in the summer, and Ryan Yates was one of them who he's come through the youth academy. We want him to be a part of this club. We give him a 3-year deal. We've just changed his position. He's going to be a centre back soon, and we want him playing at the back line for a few years yet. We also gave Jesse Lingard a contract extension. The former Manchester United forward he's done all right since he's been here, and I'm happy to give him a 1-year extension. We did give him a salary decrease, which he agreed to, so I was quite happy with that. I think we dropped it down to about 48 grand from 52, so a little dent, but we're happy with that. Lingard was happy with that as well, and we're happy to give him another 1-year extension. So we go into our 3rd and final game of the episode, and well, this is a tough episode, eh? Brighton on the coast away out of the cup, and then City at home and Tottenham away. Currently sat 5th in the league at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, an incredible stadium, one of the best in the world, if not the best. And Tottenham would take the lead 18 minutes in. Nico Williams bringing down his man, giving away a foul and taking a booking as well. And Heung-min Son, the South Korean, would convert. What a free kick this was. I don't know why Tottenham don't let him take free kicks in real life. I've seen him bang some free kicks, top corners for South Korea. But yeah, Tottenham's free kick takers aren't great. Harry Kane seems to have taken himself off them for now, which is well overdue. But yeah, Heung-min Son hasn't been hitting them for club as he has country, but it would give his side the lead here. And I'll be honest with you, this was a pretty dead game. Not many chances created. Henderson, you'll see, would make 3 or 4 good saves to keep the deficit at 1. But we wouldn't really press Hugo Lloris. Wouldn't make him make many big saves. You know, a couple that he would be expected to. But our best chance actually probably fell to Gibbs White, who blazed over with 20 minutes to go. Son had the chance to double his lead, but it was a good save again from Henderson. But this was a game that we didn't ever look like we were going to get anything from the game. To be honest, Tottenham looked similar. It was just the fact that they had that quality of Son, Kane, Kulusevski, and those players will win you games. And Son gets his and Tottenham's second of the game, and then practically the last kick of the game. The home fans are loving it. I love this shot here, where you can see the players celebrating with the fans, and yeah, that would seal the victory for the home side. 2-0 win for them, which would see them back into the top 4. It means that it's 3 defeats from 3 in episode 6. You know, bring us back down to earth after back-to-back wins at the back of episode 5. We've now lost 3 in a row. We're out of the Carabao Cup, but still feeling positive. We're 13th or 14th in the league, so we're looking all right. We've got a bit of a buffer to the relegation zone. The board aren't too happy. They want us to make a couple of signings, so maybe we'll have to look at that in January. But overall, not too bad at all, not too much to complain about. Our goal is to survive, and that is what we intend to do, and that's what we're doing at the moment. But that will be it for today's episode 6 of the Realistic Career Mode. If you enjoyed it, drop a like on the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.